I will discuss about factors associated with the rate of sepsis after surgery. The research study, the purpose of this study was to examine the relationship between hospital-related factors such as nurse staffing levels and intensivist presence and the rate of sepsis in surgical patients. The goal was to analyze how different hospital characteristics impact the occurrence of sepsis after surgery, identify key factors that increase the risk of sepsis, and provide recommendations for improving patient care and outcomes. By understanding these associations, hospitals can implement policies to lower sepsis rates and enhance patient safety. Summary of major themes from relevant literature. These are background of sepsis was already known. Before this study, previous research had already established that sepsis is a leading cause of postoperative complications and death. Common risk factors for sepsis include open wounds, urinary tract infections, age, with infants and older adults being most vulnerable, and pre-existing medical conditions. Prevention strategies such as hand hygiene and immunizations play a crucial role in reducing sepsis risk. Early detection and rapid treatment of sepsis are critical for survival. Nurses' intuition can sometimes help in the early identification of sepsis. These are background of sepsis. Why this research was necessary? Despite what was already known, this study was needed because there was no previous research had specifically examined the impact of hospital staffing levels on sepsis rates. It was important to assess how factors like nurse to patient ratios, intensivist, and hospitalist affect sepsis outcomes. Finding could help guide hospital policies to improve staffing, reduce complications, and enhance patient safety. Discussion of methods used to include research design. This was a cross-sectional study, meaning data was collected at one point in time rather than over a long period. This study used publicly available de-identified hospital data from Massachusetts. Study subjects. The research included various Massachusetts hospitals with different levels of staffing, 53 hospitals with intensive or critical care units, 25 hospitals with step-down units, 54 hospitals with physicians and medical residents, 41 hospitals with hospitalists, 33 hospitals with intensivists. Procedures used to obtain data was obtain data from sources such as Massachusetts Hospital Association for hospital staffing and intensivist hours, Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services for rates of hospital-acquired infections like UTIs. Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality for sepsis cases, wound dehiscence, glycemic control issues, and iatrogenic pneumothorax. Measurement tools. Nurse staffing levels measured as the average number of patients assigned per nurses 24 hours, 7 days. Physician or intensivist staffing measured as full-time equivalent hours per patient day. Sepsis rates defined as the number of post-operative sepsis cases per 1,000 elective surgical discharges. Hospital-acquired infections data was collected on catheter-associated UTIs and wound dehiscence rates. Step-by-step research process collected hospital data on staffing levels, infection rates, and sepsis cases. Grouped hospitals based on nurse staffing, intensivist presence, and physician availability. Used statistical analysis to determine the relationship between staffing and sepsis rates. Compared hospitals with different staffing structures to identify patterns. Data analysis procedures. SPSS version 24. It means statistical package for social sciences was used for statistical analysis. ANOVA analysis of variance was conducted to compare sepsis rates across hospitals. Linear regression modeling was applied to identify significant predictors of sepsis rates. Stepwise modeling and likelihood rate ratio test help refine the analysis by removing insignificant variables. Research results and findings. Higher nurse staffing levels correlated with lower sepsis rates. Hospitals where step-down nurses cared for more patients had higher sepsis rates. More intensivist hours were linked to lower sepsis rates. These findings suggest that staffing levels have a direct impact on sepsis outcomes. Researchers' conclusions. The study included that adequate nurse staffing and greater intensivist involvement significantly lower post-operative sepsis rates. This reinforces the idea that well-staffed hospitals provide better patient care and reduce complications. Personal thoughts and discussion. Importance of findings for nursing practice. This study confirms what many nurses already believe. Staffing levels matter in patient safety. It highlights that infection infection prevention, early sepsis recognition, and appropriate staffing save lives. The results should be used to advocate, advocate for policy changes that improve staffing ratios and patient care standards. Research weakness and potential bias. This study was limited to Massachusetts hospitals, so results may not apply to other regions or countries. Associations were found, but causation were not established. Other factors could influence the findings. Hospital-specific sepsis protocols, nurse experience, and teamwork were not analyzed, even though they could affect the outcomes. Data was collected at the hospital level, not individual patient level, which may not fully capture patient complexity. Final takeaway. This study provides strong evidence that better staffing improves sepsis outcomes. Moving forward, hospitals should ensure safe nurse-to-patient ratios, increase intensivist availability in critical care, implement policies that support early sepsis detection and infection control. By applying these insights, healthcare facilities can enhance patient safety, reduce complications, and ultimately save lives. The end.